Mr. Bernardo, good morning.
Morning.
Look, next this week we have UFC 315. Is there any fight you excited to see in there?
The main event I just want to see for one reason. Well, because Sean O'Malley said that he stopped smoking weed, doesn't play video games anymore.
No. That's not O'Malley. It's a
Bilal.
Belal.
Oh yeah.
It's a Sean O'Malley is
Bilal.
316. It's
Yeah.
day
No,
316.
yeah. Again, yeah.
With Belal
Bilal.
Muhammad, Jack Della Madalena.
Yeah, the only reason I'm excited to see that is because finally we're gonna have an answer probably to the lightweight division. That everybody
Yes.
and for our predictions and most people prediction, it's that fight is what's holding back. So I'm excited to just get it done.
So we're recording this Monday morning, okay?
Yeah.
I think around Thursday, Dana White's gonna come and he's gonna make that announcement because it's gonna pump up this card. They're gonna say he's gonna do something like, "Hey, lightweight title is vacant. Islam Makhachev is moving up to welterweight, and he's gonna fight whoever wins the fight this Saturday."
Oh, you don't think
That's
he's
gonna
gonna wait?
That's gonna draw no, because think about this. Nobody's gonna fucking buy a $100 pay-per-view to watch Shevchenko and Fiorot or fucking Belal Muhammad. It's a weak pay-per-view. Very weak. And I'll tell you more. We have two terrible pay-per-views back to back. 315 and 316, they are awful. Okay. 316 is Merab and Sean O'Malley. That doesn't sell a lot. And co-main event on that, it's Juliana Pena and Kayla Harrison, right? This year, it's like Belal Muhammad and Jack Della Madalena, Valentina Shevchenko and Manon Fiorot.
Yeah, this one, that one, if it wasn't a belt fight, it could be a fight night.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That one is like a 5.
So look, they're gonna do something to pump up this card, and it could be Dana White coming in maybe Tuesday, maybe Thursday. I don't even think he's gonna do it like that early in the week because it could get cold again.
Yeah,
so I'm guessing like by Thursday, Dana White comes live on Instagram. Hey guys, so it's official. Islam Makhachev is moving up and he's fighting the winner of Belal Muhammad, Jack Della Madalena. What's going to happen? All the hype around Makhachev, it's going to move to watch that fight. They're going to build that drama. Makhachev fighting Belal, they training partners and this and that. And everything's going to be okay if Jack Della Madalena wins. If Belal Muhammad wins, the drama is on. But that's what's going to make this card sell, and they're gonna probably figure something else for the next 316 because that's gonna need a bump up as well. But I think that's the answer for this card here. Is announced Islam's moving up, draws all the attention to the main event of the 315 because everybody say who the fuck is gonna fight Islam now? It's going to create a lot of hype because now Charles, he's probably announced like Charles fighting for the title against Topuria. Your boy, Arman Tsarukyan, just went public and said he rejected a fight in June. That I hate that for him.
July. I think it was July.
July, right? Yeah, I hated that. And I feel his pain, but he was not in a good spot to reject the fight.
No. But he denied the fight it was almost a month ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, he just said that, right?
He just said it, but it was like a month ago. He came to me and was like, "Oh, hey, coach, they offered me a fight, but I deny it in Dubai, July 6th with Gustavo." I was like, "Yeah, okay." I was like, I feel like it wasn't bad for him because he's already not gonna fight for directly for the title. Yeah. He has a little chance. So, but they can't deny him that he's a top level guy. You know
no, he can't.
And if Islam moves, they don't have anyone to match against Gage, for example, right?
Yeah. So it's Gage has a fight. They saying Gage has a fight, and
Dan Hooker again?
No, it's not Dan Hooker. It's not Dan Hooker. We need to talk about that. I can't say yet, but Gage has a fight. I forgot to talk to you about it.
Okay. Oh.
But that's it. So it's very complicated because I think that just puts him like a couple steps behind if that was even possible. You know, like I just think like when you're in that position with the UFC, and when he's back, we're gonna have Arman here on the show. We're gonna talk to him really quick. I'll ask him. I would love to see what he has to say, because he's not a kid that holds his words, and I don't want to put him on a bad position, but just like, so like, you don't think like you're playing like too hardball with the UFC, and maybe it was the time that, all right, take the fucking fight, you're gonna beat the guy anyway. Do you think there was any problems, like, because the what's his name, he's from American Top Team as well?
No, I don't think that was a problem. I think that it was just the guy was really low ranked,
Yeah,
and it was so far from like there's so many possibilities still, right?
yeah.
Like what's gonna happen? But then, for example, right,
Number
we made
7, right? Mateus Gamrot.
yeah, and what's gonna happen if then Islam doesn't go up? You understand?
Yeah,
Then now
yeah,
who's Charles gonna fight?
yeah,
You understand? Then he schedules a fight, but then Charles doesn't have a fight. Then he
yeah.
could have fought Charles again. That it's a pump fight and things like that. So it's like, I think that's why I think it was a good decision, because he just made it. He's like, hey, let's wait. Pretty much like, hey, hold on a second. Let's wait. Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
You know?
he's look. I'm looking at the rankings here. He's the number 1 contender. He can't
Yeah.
fucking. You're right. You're right.
Worst case scenario.
He's right. He doesn't do anything. The UFC is gonna have to put him against the top 5 or something, right?
Yeah.
Like you're right. You're absolutely right. All right. So let's go back to UFC 315. So again, stay tuned, because something huge is happening this week. It makes a lot of sense, right? It makes a lot of sense, because UFC is gonna have 2 major pay-per-view, like, bloppers, if you put it like that, back to back. 315, 316, they're not strong cards. 317, on the other hand, it's supposed to be as good as fucking UFC 300. So let's go with that. The number of people that are lining up for that card, it's insane. It's insane. So let me get the topology here so I can talk this whole card really quick. Or maybe we'll just go to the 2 main fights kind of thing. There's a bunch of Brazilians fighting. I don't want to spend too much time on them, because it's not our audience here. Like, if we do this in Portuguese, it would be different. You have that kid from Shootbox, Daniel Santos, trying to fight again. I think it's like his last 5 or 6 fights fell off. You have a lot of Canada talent, right? Like, you have Jasmine Jazudavicius fighting Jessica Andrade. You have Mike Mallet fighting Charles Reddick. You have Mark Andre Barrio. I don't know how to say these names in English. I say in Portuguese. Fighting Bruno Silva. That's a good fight. Brad Katona, also Canadian, fighting Al Makatan. Iman Zahabi fighting José Aldo. That's a crazy fight. And then I think the highlight are really, I guess, really the 4 fights, right? Like the Canadian Zahabi fighting Aldo is the first fight of the main card. Then you have Brazilian prospect Natalia Silva fighting Alexa Grasso. Then you have, for the UFC Flyweight Championship, Valentina Shevchenko fighting Manon Fiorot. And then you have, for the UFC Welterweight Championship, Belal Muhammad fighting Jack Della Madalena. How do you think the last 4 fights are going to go? José Aldo and Zahabi.
Well, yeah. It's hard to bet against José Aldo, but then, I don't know, man. I really don't know, because I don't know if it's just José Aldo on the end of his career and he's not going down and he's not performing anymore, or just the last fight the kid just stalled him a lot, so it was kind of hard to see how he really is right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll think Aldo win for the experience. I always give it to Aldo and José Aldo.
Yeah. I think going back to what we were saying, like using the Bo Nico and RDR fight as an example, they matching a fight that they're not gonna lose.
No.
If Aldo wins, hey, fucking José Aldo, that's great results for us. But I think they feeding him to a young lion at the lion's home, right? He's fighting home in Canada. So I'm gonna go with Zahabi. Alexa Grasso and Natalia Silva. That's a tough
I
one.
think it is because I think
And
Silva,
again,
I think Silva just because again the young lion kind of situation,
Yeah, but look, that's the fight where again they don't lose.
Yeah.
If Alexa wins, it's a fucking the
she's
comeback
back
of the champ.
and she's next fight.
Valentina is fighting right next to her. They already have a history. They can build that fight again. Mexican UFC is being investing a lot of money in Mexico right now. They just opened the PI over there.
Yeah.
And if Natalia wins, she's a prospect, man. She moves beautifully. She has an awesome style. She's super nice.
And it's a new person, so it's not a repeat fight.
Exactly. So I like either girls. I like Alexa Grasso a lot, but I think Natalia's going to win that one.
Yeah.
Valentina Shevchenko and Manon Fiorot. Do you think who's the favorite on this?
I think Valentina is.
You think so? How do you see that fight going?
I think Valentina for the experience, and I think she's a little bit like she knows how to fight everywhere kind of situation. Like she doesn't, once she's not scared, like her striking is good too, so it's like, I don't know. I think she's just the experience is it's hard because I feel like she doesn't do a game plan. You understand? Like some fights she comes and she just strike and just tries to kill people. And some fights she's a little bit smarter. So it's kind of hard to predict how it's going to go. I feel she's going to win the fight. I don't think it's gonna go. I don't think it's gonna be decision. I think for whatever reason, I think Valentina maybe like finishes her with like ground and pound, something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm trying to open the odds here. It's so hard. Natalia Silva, it's a big favorite against Alexa Grasso, man. She's minus 220. Wow.
Yeah.
Aldo, it's a big favorite too. He's minus 220 as well. Wow. Then Manon Fiorot is the favorite against Valentina, man. Yeah, she's minus 150. Valentina is plus 130. It's almost a draw, but that's great. You know what's crazy? That Natalia Silva and José Aldo, they bigger favorites than Belal is to win against Jack Della Madalena.
Huh.
Crazy. And again, I think, look, I could be very wrong, but I think Belal Muhammad is gonna fucking clean the floor with Jack Della Madalena. You guys can. I would love to be proved wrong because I don't want Belal as a champion. Nothing against the guy. He seems like a nice guy, but it's such a fucking boring style. It's like he's not even like full grappling or full striking. He's like in the middle of nothing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So. But I think he's just gonna fucking win 5 boring rounds. He's not gonna take a lot of punches. He's not gonna do a lot, and he's gonna win easy. Just like that's it.
Again, on the paper, it shows that, but then it's like some style sometimes, or someone that fights like Madalena has nothing to lose kind of situation. It's like nobody believes on him. Maybe sometimes that gives the guy something to happen. And again, is it Belal that good that he beat those guys, or everybody's just not that good and that anyone can win? Because how many times the title been jumping now on this weight, division?
Yeah, but I don't think Belal. They avoid giving Belal a title fight for many opportunities.
Yeah,
I don't think, especially after I saw like I had a feeling that Shavkat will take the title from Belal, but after I saw his fight against Ian Gary, I don't believe that anymore. I think Belal Muhammad it's gonna dance by like there's no one that can really go and face him with a real threat. I thought Gilbert Burns would do that, but Burns went to the fight. He fucked up his shoulder, I think, on the first round. And now I just think like Burns needs a couple of fights, some good strong camps, and I think it's gonna be hard for Burns to bounce back to Belal Muhammad. But I think the answer is Islam. That's the only guy, and there's no there's no scenario when you see Islam asking to move up and asking for the fight and saying he doesn't care about fighting belt. He doesn't say with those words, but
Yeah.
basically when he says, "Look, I want to fight for the belt. He's the champion. I'll have to fight him." He's basically saying, "Fuck, I'll fight him."
Mm-hmm.
He knows what happened on those training rooms, and he knows he has a chance, right? Like
Yeah.
I was talking,
Well,
I was using that same example for Caio Borralho when he starts calling Chimaev for a fight, and people are like, "Oh my god, Caio is crazy. He's gonna get fucking manhandled." I was like, dude, they train together. I don't think Caio is gonna call a fight against a guy that he knows he's gonna get fucking beat up in front of everyone for a world title.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
He won't challenge a guy like that. He knows something we don't know. And against Islam, I believe the same thing. So I think Belal wins 5 rounds easy against Jack Della Madalena. Can I be wrong? Yeah, but look, watch Gilbert Burns against Jack Della Madalena. If Jack doesn't find that knee, we will probably talking Gilbert Burns, Belal Muhammad rematch for a title. No, he was getting schooled by Burns. He was losing all 3 rounds until he hits that knee. I don't think he's gonna be that much of a threat for Belal Muhammad.
I don't know. I just hope he wins, just so things move on.
Like you have no arguments. I just
I have no arguments.
Whatever, dude. I just hope he wins.
Again, it's like I feel like for like the example you gave, like Gilbert Burns, we can see like the strategy and what he does and how good he is doing the jiu-jitsu and things like that. All the other fighters are just so like, I don't know, it's just like they don't have that one super strong background that people have to worry about. Or I think, my opinion, I think the Kazakhstan guy can beat Belal.
What Kazakhstan guy?
The number one.
Oh, Chimaev?
No.
What are you talking about?
I'm
so bad with names.
No, you just say his name. You forgot his name. It's K something, isn't it? Fought Ian Gary.
Oh, Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Yes.
I don't think so. Huh.
I
wasn't that impressed. That's the thing. I was not that impressed. People say he was hurt on the fight, but again, I can only judge by what I see, and I was not impressed. He was supposed to fucking like wipe the mat with Ian Gary, and he got taken down, and he got his back taken. He had like Carlos Prates had better grappling skills than him. That's scary. That's scary, you know. So like Carlos Prates defended takedowns better, did better jiu-jitsu against Ian Gary, almost won, and Shavkat did not do any of that.
I don't know, maybe I don't know. I think it's just the style. I think he can win. I don't know. Just how I see it, it's like I feel like he could win. I don't know why.
Yeah, Sean Brady too, right? Sean Brady lost to Belal Muhammad before, but Sean Brady was dealing with a lot of shit, especially like I'm friends with Daniel Gracie, so Sean Brady was like in an internal like a internal little war with his coaches. So that showed on his performance, I guess. That Sean Brady that just fought Leon Edwards, I think it brings a good threat to Belal Muhammad.
No, I think he could beat Belal Muhammad.
Yeah. But for now, I think we both agreed that Belal Muhammad's going to win against Jack Della Madalena.
I think on paper, if I have to bet, yes. What I want, no.
Exactly. But again, Jack Della Madalena is going to be the easiest champion. It's going to be like Leon Edwards.
Yes.
When Leon Edwards got the title, everyone wants to fight fucking Leon Edwards because.
But I feel the weight class is getting a little bit better. You know, like Sean Brady, if he comes in, he fights the way he fought, and
you got
the guy, if he was actually hurt and he didn't fight that well, but he comes out because he was on all finishes, right? If you think about it, before, so it's like. If he was actually hurt and he's just getting better, and Ian Gary gets, I feel like in the future we're gonna have good fights.
Exactly. I was gonna say that.
If Islam goes up, then it's like gets even more exciting.
It's gonna be fast. You're gonna have some great fight. Look, you have Carlos Prates, not Jeff Neal, but Carlos Prates, Joaquin Buckley, Ian Gary, Shavkat, Sean Brady, then possible Islam Makhachev moving up. So you have a good pool of names there. All right. That was it, right? Did you want to talk about any other fights? I don't think so. I think we're good. I don't see any other great fight going on. It's gonna it could have a good potential to be a fun card. Let's see. I think it's gonna dictate by how those last 4 fights go, but let's see. All right, so stay tuned. If if we have some breaking news, we'll come back. See you guys. Thanks.